Today, we're going to make one of the most traditional Newfoundland meals, that is one of the most delicious meals you'll ever have right here in Newfoundland. It's a moose stew, not a beef stew, a moose stew. And this is done differently throughout the province, depending on where you live. Where we live and where we grew up, we love a pastry. A pastry right over the top of the stew. Now, some people will bake this pastry separate in the oven, separate from the stew, but we prefer it over the stew. So the juices of that beautiful moose stew will soak up into the bottom of this beautiful pastry. And then you have the beautiful center along with a nice crust on top. And our mousse, look how beautiful these colors are. It is magnificent. How fresh. You almost think this mousse was just shot, just harvested within days. But this is last year's mousse. This has been packaged and frozen since last fall. Look how amazing it is. And of course, Newfoundland's traditional salt beef, cured beef. And we have this with most of our cooked dinners, with all of our vegetables and a few other meats. We use this as the salt content for our beautiful cooked dinner and our beautiful stews. You don't overcook this. You want this to boil in with your vegetables. Cutting around the bone, make sure we get everything.
Bone in the stew.
Bone goes in the stew too?
Yeah, there's bones in there, flavor comes out of that.
Oh, absolutely.
A lot of people like bone marrow. Bone marrow.
Yeah, I've had that. That's incredible.
Bone marrow's excellent for you.
Yeah, that's incredible. So I add this right to the salt beef, or?
Yeah, I think when the salt beef goes in, yeah.
Okay, perfect. So you weren't talking to no one today? No one recognized you today?
Well, I don't know if I picked any sense in this one, but anyway, I was in a store at Inspire. This lady was looking at me. She's an older lady. Well, I mean, I'm old too, but anyway, I was trying on a jacket. Jacket looks something nice, and I said, thank you. I've seen you. I said, oh, she's on the phone. I said, oh, okay, on the phone. I said, watching the cooking videos. No. I said, oh, okay. She said, you're like somebody in Deer Lake. I said, yeah, that's where I'm from. She said, yeah, that's where I'm from. And she said a few more things. It's like, it didn't add up to me, but I mean, she was a very sweet lady. I don't know, she was a little bit confused over it.
Oh, might have.
I tell you, I can get confused too. But I don't know if she was, I don't know. But that was about it. I said, yeah, lots of places I go, people says I looks like somebody. You take the one out to Deluxe Paint Shop.
Yeah.
She swears that I'm
A young,
yeah, from Corner Brook. She said, my dear, you're just like him. You got to be related to him. So, I don't know, but she said something about a phone. Where I don't know to hear what all of that she was saying, but a very sweet lady.
So it's just waiting. And there we go. Whoa. Look at that.
You gonna put the pork in there now or not?
Yeah, you gonna put the onion and pork?
Yeah, the onion and the salt beef.
Or salt beef? No, not yet. No.
Okay.
A little bit of the skin.
Okay, now you gotta put some water in on that. I usually put broth, but I got no broth out in there.
And now, just spread this out. Lots of salt beef. Lots of meat in this moose stew. You want to stir that up?
Okay, and we'll just throw some water in.
Yep.
Okay, and put that in now and let it cook for 30 or 40 minutes.
So why do we put the moose in first and not with the salt beef? Salt beef, where it's cured, it doesn't take...
Well, nice to let it brown up, the meat
Okay.
brown up a little bit.
Okay, without putting the water and...
Yeah,
and yeah.
That's what I does now. Some people might do it different, you know, everybody got their way of doing it, right? But I'm doing it the way I was taught years and years ago.
Well, that's the best way.
Right?
That's the best way.
That's the best way.
There we go. So we're going to continue cooking for another 40 minutes. Like Mom said, she likes to brown up her meat before she adds the liquid and, of course, the salt beef. Salt beef, we do not brown the salt beef. You never brown the salt beef. You kind of want it moist. It's absolutely delicious. You don't brown salt beef. So we're going to cook it for 40 minutes. Then we're going to start adding our vegetables and get that stew well underway. So now we're going to add the turnip and carrot.
A little bit of liquor. Okay, I'm gonna go over here and do that. No, it's not salt.
Not too salt?
No, good.
So now just add all the carrot and
You can add that too.
after.
The roaster might handle it all.
Yeah. Well,
What
you
do
got to
you
put
think?
pastry on top too.
Okay. I'd say that's enough. We'll use that for something else. What you say?
Yeah. Because the potato got to go in. Then we got to do a pastry on top.
Yeah.
And then she got to start adding her secret ingredients like sugar.
Well, we can't forget the sugar.
All right.
I don't think it needs any more water, do you?
Not right yet.
No, I think she's good there. Man, the taste is good.
So we're just adding a little bit of gravy browning. We always like our sauces a little darker. Then we're going to pop it back in the oven. So we're gonna make the pastry that goes on top of the stew, the new stew. So Mother's gonna tell me what I need to do. She's getting low on sugar.
Yeah, that's not good.
So we're gonna measure things out today, or try to.
I got no idea. We'll see 2 cups. We'll say 2 cups. I'll know when you get it in there.
2 cups of just regular plain flour.
Yeah. I'd go with probably another one.
3 cups.
Because you know what I like.
Oh, we like leftovers.
Okay, I'll say 3 cups anyway.
Okay.
Okay, we'll put 1 egg. I'm wondering if we should put 2.
And these are fresh eggs from the garden.
Right from the garden. Okay, you put 3 of them in there.
3 of these tablespoons. Tablespoon. So 3 tablespoons of baking powders.
We'll say.
Okay.
Get your sugar.
Sugar. How much sugar?
Okay, go 1, not 3 or 4.
You're not gonna have enough for 3 or 4.
Well,
It's 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, 3 tablespoons,
yeah, they'll do.
a smidgen less than 4 tablespoons of sugar. So how much butter? Oh, soft.
Oh, go on with it.
Go on with it. So how much?
Yeah, that's 2.
Okay, 2 tablespoons. Any more?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was going to use shortening today, but
Could have.
yeah, we could, because they're a lot stirred.
So that's
4.
4, maybe.
I know people's going to say, how do you know that? But anyway.
4.
Yeah, we'll go with that and then just see how that
Yeah.
goes.
See how that goes.
We'll see how that goes, huh?
Anything else?
We got a egg in there. I'm going to put another egg in there.
All right, we'll put them in our egg. So how do you want me to mix this? Mix it by hand or?
Well, that's what I do. I'll mix it right.
Lovely.
I need some water now.
Put warm water or cold water?
No, I use cold. Do you need another bit of butter? You think? Should be able to tell by the texture.
You can't tell by the texture.
What?
You can tell.
Yeah.
Let me just get it mixed in more.
Well, I'm using the measuring cup, I don't know, but anyway.
Now, what do you think about the butter?
No, I would go a bit more butter.
Bit
Real.
more butter.
Butter?
Okay. Probably 6 tablespoons.
Well, for sure. That should.
That should do it.
Yeah, I was saying. You better put my mic on after.
No, I have to turn on your mic.
Hmm?
I didn't turn it on, no.
No.
Pass her the mic. Yeah, I'm sure I put that on there.
No, you didn't.
Oh, pass it over. You took it off.
Honest to God, honest, I didn't.
Why would I turn it on and not put it on
That
yet?
what you were doing.
I don't think so.
Hmm?
I think you.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Honest.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's better.
So that's the consistency you want. So this is the consistency you want with the butter. It's crumbly. It looks like there's all little pieces. So you don't want it like a flour bread type, because as you can tell, that is not like bread dough. It's almost like every little piece got butter. And that's what we're looking for, that type of texture.
So you're gonna put that on top of it.
That looks good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting there.
Pour it in a cup, 1 cup at a time.
Okay, we'll
Yeah,
try
that
that.
was really good. Really, really good.
Thanks to the moose rolls, right?
Yes,
Mm.
and well,
No, please don't come in. Too much water?
no.
You need any flour?
Not fully incorporated yet into the. So, do you want it sticky on the ends or not?
Well, no, you gotta have it so you can spread it on your. So you need a little flour for your hands.
I know. Still some at the bottom, not stuck together. So that's too sticky?
Yeah, you need yeah.
So right now you can see that it's totally different than bread dough. Totally different than bread dough. Color is different.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to add more flour
To your hands, so you can put
to
it
my
in.
hand. So,
Yeah.
so do I keep mixing it, or
Yeah, we got form in the bowl now. Spread it on your pastry, on your stew.
okay? So I got to form all this in the ball.
Okay, you gotta squat it on the
Squat it where?
on the
Pastry?
on the stew.
Stew?
Yeah. Oh,
Like
yeah, that's good.
no, like you need it spread out more.
No, that is spread. That was spread with the.
So you want it?
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
That's it.
Yeah, with the hands laid in the oven.
And we don't cover it, correct?
I don't cover mine. Now some people do, but I don't cover mine. Everybody to their own. What they like to do, you know,
So just like that.
just like that. Almost divine.
Look at that.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that makes good pastry.
Yeah. Okay, you got to put it back in.
Not quite?
No, it's not quite done.
Okay, so one side is done because in the corner of the oven, back corner is hotter than the front. So we got to put it back in for a few more minutes.
Yeah.
Let her brown up.
Getting there, though.
Looking really good. Think it's ready now?
Hmm?
Do you think it's ready now?
I will say this.
What do you think?
Yeah. We'll eat what's not done, and we'll give whatever's on the sides. We'll give to.
Amazing taste on this stew. Slow cooked in the oven. Consistent heat. That wood stove is amazing. Can't get better stewed than in a wood stove oven. You got the pastry, and this is what we call pastry. I don't know if there's another name. It's similar to scones, right? Very similar, the texture, but we call it a pastry. Let me know what you call it where you live. I'm sure a lot of people makes this type of food. Probably don't call it pastry. Very soft and fluffy inside. Nice crust on top. The bottom soaks up a lot of those juices, all those flavors with all those vegetables and the meats. Got that salt beef, give it a little salty taste, not overpowering. Absolutely amazing. Very healthy, very hearty, very filling. Cold winter's day, not a spring day, with the fire going inside, and we're exhausted with heat. But you just can't get it to taste as good as this. Mom always says these foods, when she makes them with the wood stove, reminds her of her mother's cooking. Because they had a wood stove in their kitchen. Wood stove oven, and that's all they cook with. And it's absolutely amazing. Oh, it's unreal. You try to replicate this in a pressure cooker or even electric oven, it doesn't taste quite as good. All these juices coming together. It is amazing. That pastry, oh, the best. Can't ask for a better meal, honestly. It is the greatest. So I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, check out our video over here. And we'll see you in our next video.